glazed glass ornamental cock accessories. Lapis lazuli. This line of car accessories beautiful, richly hued, crystal clear, and blessed by Grandmaster JinBodhi. These ornaments offer the bearer instant connection with the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and blessings of peace, longevity, purity of mind, and wisdom. Silver embossed glazed glass bracelet and mala beads. Liu Li is one of the 7 treasures of Buddhism. It is imbued with medicine Buddha's all-compassionate energy and blessings. This silver embossed Liu Li is handcrafted using ancient artisanship comprised of 60 steps. These beads have a sapphire blue shine with the glimmer of silver. This blue is called sapphire blue or royal blue in the West. The purple sheen symbolizes purple energy, signaling the arrival of fortune. With Grandmaster JinBodhi's compassionate blessing, the wearer should receive fortune and abundance, and be in sync with Medicine Buddha's purity and wisdom. Hello, my friends. Hello, everyone. It's time again for our chanting group practice. It's already part 24. After so many times live feed, especially during the pandemic, I taught a lot about, chanting and energy healing. We talked about fate and family precepts. These series, and we received tens of thousands of messages and emails and to ask questions, and most of them to share their benefits. So Joyce and Christine, could you share with us? Okay, Joyce. Well, our online friends, whether it's from their benefits, either it's from chanting or master teaching or, energy healing, there are just so many. There are just too many messages, and I can only share very, very few of them to them. So Chidao said, "Thank you for Grandmaster's blessings. Today when I chant, my right shoulder blade, right away it felt light. And a few days ago, when Master is smashing the walnuts, my lumbar pain disappeared. Wow, congratulations." And this lady said, "Oh, before, my father and my brother didn't get along very well, and so I repent for my brother and my father, and I also thought about my disrespect towards my father, and I really, really repent. And after the chanting, I feel my body and heart very gentle and soft, and I called them to see whether they're getting better, and my mother said, "Oh, my brother came home, my father's also feeling much better, and I feel also very peaceful now. Thank you, Grandmaster, for your compassionate blessings." And this friend also shared that he or she used to have toothache, and he checked with the doctor. It's probably tooth. The root of of the tooth, maybe it's not well, so it has a lot of pain, but they cannot cannot do many treatments, and it's because of the pandemic he cannot go for many treatments, and this pain also affect his taking the food. But right after one healing, the pain reduced a lot, and the second time after the energy healing, the toothache completely disappeared. Wow, congratulations. Another English friend also shared, during the pandemic, I prayed to Buddha that my husband will have a very good, my husband will still get a good work performance rating from his company in order to obtain good reward financially. Therefore, I practiced chanting, writing my wishes on Grandmaster live lectures, and filling up the prayer list registration form. My wish finally come true. He got a good job performance rating and then rewarded with several months bonuses and increments. Wow, that's wonderful. Really so happy. And Fang Cui from Australia, he said, oh, after Grandmaster's chanting, I made a promise or a vow. I hope a friend who hasn't been contacting me for a long time, I can get in touch with him. And after the chanting this morning, that friend sent me a good morning message. Wow, thank you, Grandmaster. It's almost like all wishes come true. Oh, that's wonderful. And today many friends mentioned about toothache, and CiBeiYin said he had that pain for 5 years. I thought it was like 5 days, but it's actually 5 years. The tooth decay. Now, these days, it became so painful that he couldn't even sleep or eat. And he went to the hospital 3 times trying to pull out the tooth, but it didn't succeed. And today, after Master smashing the walnut, this tooth fall down by itself, fall off. And it wasn't painful at all. Wow, that's so amazing. Thank you, Grandmaster. Another friend Shi Huan said, oh, thank you, Grandmaster. Before my my cheekbone was not right. Like it was, it's not, it's not balanced. And after the healing, it now gets balanced. Well, if it is not balanced, then the chin will probably, distort it and go to another direction. Actually, this is not good for the offspring. And also, it will affect the oral health. Now, it's balanced and it's on the right position. Really? That's incredible. If you go to the hospital to do surgeries, how many times of surgery you would have to do? And sometimes for toothache, there's a Chinese old saying, even though it doesn't consider to be a serious, illness, but it's really, sometimes it's so painful. And it's very expensive to go to see a dentist. And this friend shares that she has a breast tumor, and it was very painful. After chanting with Grandmaster, after several times, when she's chanting, she's always burping, and also spit out a lot of spam. And after Grandmaster was doing the crushing the walnut, she said, I felt very warm at the whole body at the back. I can feel there's a warm energy healing. It's almost like the energy is moving, touching my tumor. And I hope that, everything will be fine. And after this, I touched it. Hey, the tumor becomes softer and it's not painful anymore. Thank you so much, Grandmaster. And Wu Chao also shared. After the car accident, the pelvic bone was injured and couldn't, sit for more than a year, couldn't sit cross-legged. But today, he was able to sit cross-legged. at the beginning he was actually kneeling, and then he turned into cross-legged. It was just changed so fast. Wow, this is a miracle. You see, even correct the pelvic bone and even correct the whole spine. This is a very hard to correct, but it has been corrected. And Siyong from Singapore said last year, because of looking after children, she felt very depressed because of too much pressure. And in January, starting from January, she started to chant every day following Master's chanting. And now she doesn't cry anymore. Her relationship with her husband gets better, not fight anymore. And she also wanted to have, on the 100 days after chanting, she wants to have another baby, a baby in the year of rat. And truly, on that week, like 100 days, and she got pregnant. How old is this lady? She didn't say. Maybe she's already had 2 children. She must be over 30. Well, maybe well above 30. Well, congratulations. And Jin Rongzheng, he fell down, and the cervic bone was injured, and so he or she shared. He felt that during the healing, he feels that there's ants like crawling on the neck area. And he was having tears all the time. Now it feels so much better. It doesn't feel tight anymore. This itchiness, feeling the ants crawling, it's very effective. Usually, when you're feeling the itchiness, it's a healing process. And especially when there's an intensive energy doing the healing, you would feel either itchiness or numbness. And when you're learning from me, learning the meditation that I taught you, especially when you're walking energy Bagua, sometimes you feel like your back or your face, you feel itchiness. If you feel itchiness on the face, your skin will get better. You probably will be more beautiful. If any part of your body feels itchiness, most likely, if there had been some injuries on the bones or some serious illnesses, will get better. So this indicates that the healing is happening. A lot of information here. And this friend shares, she said in 2014, he had, the neck surgery. It was 9 hours of surgery. And before he went in there, he thought, he was looking at Grandmaster's picture and always pray for Grandmaster to bless him. And the surgery was very, very smooth, and a very dangerous situation turned into safety. And the doctors all say it was a miracle. And so he's actually recalling this story and expressing his gratitude. Well, it's just too many sharings, too many people benefited. Let's read an English one. This English-speaking friend shared he had migraine, very, very serious, and he followed Grandmaster to chant, and 50% of the pain was reduced right after the chanting, and during the and in the evening the pain completely disappeared. And some friends also shared that the children, before they couldn't sleep, now they can sleep very well. And some people said they have headache or neck pain or shoulder pain or spine problem. All these pain after the energy healing, it gets better. And some people also talked about the stomach problem, the ulcer, and another friend said, Grandmaster, after the, smashing the walnut, he had 200 burps and then felt so much better. and it used to feel the heartburn, and the stomach was kind of very congested, and now it feels so much better. So in our practice, burping or tearing, it's all good thing. Or yarning, the tears coming out from the eyes. It's a very good way to detoxify and relieve these, illnesses. And burping is good too. Usually when I hear what you do after the healing, then I know what's the cause of the problem. Say, for example, burping. What does it mean? What would it indicate? It means the illnesses. Oh, because of the anger. If you are very prone to anger, then it will cause this problem. And after healing, they usually will burp. And just now there's a friend shared, you remember, about the tumor, the breast tumor, when she was saying, I think that tumor was caused by a very serious anger. Usually this anger either goes to the chest, goes to the breast, or goes to the abdomen. And it very likely will turn into a tumor. And if it goes up, sometimes they go to the eye, sometimes go to the neck. And sometimes it hurts the thyroid or eye problem. And so, according to my statistics and investigation, about more than half of the people who learn from me, either to learn energy bagua or other meditation, within 100 days, your the blurriness of your eyes, of your vision will greatly improve and be clearer. And usually you cannot walk very well, and then if you walk energy bagua for 100 days, then you'll be able to walk freely and even be able to run. It's not just very few people will improve. It's like almost most of the people will improve like that. Well, have you already said shared a lot? Yeah. So our cultivation and practice from our ancient times till now. This morning we were chatting. We said in Buddha's time, who will follow Buddha to practice and cultivate? Are they very like they are very wealthy, or are they pursuing that spiritual level? They want to go to a very high level of spiritual things. Well, how many people will be like that? But most people actually, they are still concerning or worrying, are bothered by their, families and relationships, or especially their daily life or health or something. How can they get higher level? Usually, maybe they came here because of a health issue. Say, for example, a back pain or a lumbar pain, or maybe because 2 breakups or something, and then they come to cultivate. But through the meditation and practice and cultivation now, income is not a problem, this relationship is not a problem. And then they start to pursue something higher. They want to have a meaningful life. They want to have a life that, it becomes a higher level through more and more cultivation. Then you are pursuing more and more. So mostly in our teaching, we talk about our, practical life. And we're teaching ways to deal with problems in our daily life. So it's hopefully it's very practical. But in Buddha Dharma, if you practice and cultivate this way, then if your health improves, it means that this actually is very effective. And if you continue to practice and cultivate, you could go to higher level. Whatever meditation that I teach, whatever teachings that I deliver, it always have these kind of benefits. And every time when I see your sharings, it's a great encouragement to me. When I see your messages, I feel so happy. I haven't, wasted my time. My energy healings, I haven't, wasted my time doing this. I see you benefit. I'm so happy. And when we chant, I like to remind you to be more sincere. Why I don't, ask you to be very, very extremely sincere like other, masters, because sometimes if you request too much, you cannot reach that level. But the more sincere you are, the more connection, the better you will connect with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and the more blessings you will receive. So that's why the more sincere, the better. Just now, we talked about a lot of physical and mental, sensations after chanting and energy healings. Most people would feel that, but some people don't feel anything. Well, in my experience, I observed that about 10% of the people, they don't feel anything. Their body is like more numb than others. It's probably also relating to their durability of the pain. Say, for example, if we go to receive a shot, some very tall, strong man, when they go to receive a shot, they would almost tremble. It probably means that they cannot handle these pain. They're not very good at handling pain, so they probably are more sensitive. And some people, even after a shot, they didn't even feel it. So these people are not very sensitive to the pain. And these people, their skin usually are not very refined. Sensitive people, their skins are usually very, very refined. And those people who are insensitive, they usually have bigger mouth, and sensitive people, they usually have smaller mouth. So from their experience, we sometimes can tell. And so those number people, insensitive people, they react slower too. So they actually benefit the same, whether you are sensitive or insensitive. Some people say, oh, I don't feel anything, but my headache disappeared. So whether you feel it or not, it doesn't matter. The result is the most important. If you're too sensitive, you have advantages and disadvantages. You would be very easily to see, to be a police, or maybe you're very observed and easy to see things. But you are also likely to change. So maybe today you get married to this one, and then you have found another person much more beautiful than you, and then they're very likely to be touched or likely to change. And so this likelihood of changing also has something to do with their their sensitivity and their body. It's not. Well, some people, they say, oh, I'm very sensitive, but I'm very loyal. I've already married for 80 years. So I'm not saying every sensitive people are like that, but sensitive people are more likely to have more emotions and more thoughts. And so anyways, whether you feel it or not, the result is the same. So just now, I mentioned some of the sensations. So in our practice, whether we are, whether we're doing the meditation of greater illumination, this meditation of greater illumination is the best practice, meditation practice for improving our health, and also prostration and energy bakwa and chanting and sitting meditation. So once we completely indulge and concentrate into the practice, then we may feel numbness and swelling or itchiness, and sometimes and pain and soreness, or even tingling, or sometimes you feel like wind blowing. Actually, if we say it in details, there are 32. So it's very fine, refined, and smooth. So after some practice, you'll feel your skin is very smooth. But after more time, you would feel very rough. You cannot even rub your hands. It's actually not a bad thing. It's a good thing because it shows that you're improving. And sometimes you feel very light. You feel, before I couldn't even climb the stairs. It feels like the feet is very heavy. Now it feels so light. I can jump on the stairs. My body feels very light. That's a good thing, right? The next step is actually you feel you're wearing an iron shoe. It's so heavy. And then that feeling of happiness suddenly disappeared. These were all happen. It could all happen. So if you tell me what you feel, then I'll know where you are. And you have different feelings, different sensations. A few days ago, do you still remember when we chant? We feel that sweetness in our mouth, and we feel the nectar, and these, feeling like dews, nectars. These are all sensations. Having tears or your eyes become brighter, they're all good. And if you chant more sincerely, and then your face, your palms will also change. Usually they turn better. So last time, when we chant, a lot of people say, they have these 5 little mountains on their palms now, and they're very good. When you have shown these very fortunate signs on your palms or face, then maybe you have good fortunes now. Your fate are blessed now by Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. So all these changes you'll be able to see immediately. So sincerity is exceptionally important. So now let's chant to Guanyin Bodhisattva.
音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无 观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南 世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无 世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨， 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨， 大家搓搓手，搓搓脸。
All right, rub your hands and then run your hands over your face.
拍拍头。
Now pat your head.
拍拍身体。
And pat your body. So these are the people who send their wishes to the prayer list up till July the
好，我们现在
28th.
呢，给大家继续做
So now
砸核桃、砸豆子的加持。
we're going to continue
这
to
个不是
do
一种
these
表演，这是一种
smashing
法
the
术。
walnuts and
就
the
将
beans.
这
It's
个
not a
看似一个
performance.
有
It
形的
is
一个 铁
a
锤
Dharma
也好，
power
木锤也
healing.
好，
We either
我把这
use
个核桃、豆子
iron
砸碎
hammer or a wood one.
希望把你的病
I
打掉。
will
这个要
you
通
know,
过
crushing these walnuts
应
and
该说
crush
多
away
年
your
的修行
illnesses.
经过多
Through
年的修行，
many
具
years
有
of
这种
my
法力才会
practice
产
and
生一定的效
cultivation,
果。
now I have this
除了
Dharma
把疾
power,
病
then it will
一
bring
些
the
可
benefits
能
to
会
you.
有一些这个消
It's
除
not
的作用之
only
外呢，
going
可能
to
还会对
remove
我
some
们的一些
illnesses,
愿望
and
啊，
it
愿望之
sometimes
中尤其
also
有
help
障碍，
to
人
fulfill
生之
our
中遇到
wishes,
的障碍
especially if you
也
have
可能
some
会有一些
obstacles
消
in your
除的
life.
作用。
Maybe it
这
will
个时候
also
你们
help
要
you to
洗
remove your
你的障碍
obstacles.
在你的意念里头
So
传递给
you
我，
can
或者是你
send
现在
to
写字
me
比较
in your
快的话，
thoughts about
你就
your
写出来。
obstacles.
这
And
样的
if you
话，可能
can
这个
write
对
it
你的帮
down
助
in
会
the
更
comments,
大
it would be
啊。
even
所以
better,
所以一个对身
even
体有
more
帮助，
effective.
那么第
It
二个
will
呢，就是
help
对你的这个
your
精神世界当中的，
body,
比如说更顺利呀，更吉
and
祥啊，
also will help you to
是
be
吧？
to have a
希望达
smoother
到的一个
path,
愿望啊，
and
应
your
该对你
maybe
都
you
是
have
有
a
些帮
wish,
助的啊。
and it will help you to
现在就开始了。
you know, satisfy and fulfill this wish. So now let's start.
保护一下啊。
So, yeah.
In the
messages that are sent by our online friends, I think one of them are from England.
一种英文世界里头的某种法
In
力
the
给人，
English
也是
world,
做一些
he
调理。
also do some
弄了之后，
you
他自
know,
己啊，这个身
energy
体半个
healing.
身体都麻木
But
了，
then he
舌头开
himself,
始僵硬。
half of his body
啊，
is
在朋
numb
友的
and
介绍下之后，
his tongue
啊，
is
他也
like
通过网
stiff.
络来
And
看我们这
so
个加持。啊，
through
就是
introduction
看我
of
砸了2次核桃
sharing
之
of
后，
his
有
friend,
2次的加
he
持之后，
watched this
对
energy
他那
healing
个
online.
身体
And
僵硬、
after
舌
2
头麻木的
times,
状态就消失了。
when I crushed the walnuts,
还是非
this
常灵验的。
kind of stiffness and numbness in her body disappeared. So it's very effective. Some obstacles, some pains, if they seems to be very, very severe now, sometimes the result will also be very obvious, very effective. And very soon, you don't feel the pain anymore. Today I'm using these mango beans, a little smaller. Oh, you have soybeans now? Oh, these mango beans are too small. Recently, we have some young people, they actually did very well in their exams. They light candles here, lotus lights here, and it was very effective, helped to bless them. And also, a lot of people purchased the painting, Bodhi in boyhood. Some people, they're, maybe it's a coincidence, but it's an auspiciousness while the child is still in the exam, and it's the most important exam in their whole life. Usually in China, they have these entrance examination for all the so they did very well. This is like entrance examination in China is usually after people who graduate from high school, then they need to take the entrance exam to go to universities, and it determines almost their future life. So it's when they're very wise, they invite these blessings to their lives, and then they did very well in the most important exam. I hope your stones or tumors or spots and anything excessive or and that doesn't belong to you will disappear. It will all disappear.
牙痛、头痛、
And toothache
腰
and
痛、腿痛、
headache,
手指头痛
you know, lower back
消失。
pain and finger pain disappear.
消失。你看我就这么砸哈，
And
就有些
even
那个失眠症的人，其实你听着我这么砸的时候，想睡觉。
Sometimes
如果这
when
个时候
you
你有想
listen
睡觉的
to
感觉，你就睡了。
my smashing the
我的指令就发
warners,
给
you
你了
might
你就睡。
feel
听着我砸，你一
sleepy.
定睡得很香。
And if you feel sleepy, then sleep. And you will sleep very soundly.
大家搓搓手。
All right, now you can rub your hands.
搓搓脸。
And then your face.
拍打拍打。
Pat your body.
希望让大家都能够
I hope
达
all
到
of you
健康、
will
顺
achieve
利、畅
health
通无阻、
and smooth
学业
out.
有成、
Everything will be
开发智
smooth
慧。
and you have great achievements in
很多小朋友
academically
就是
and
需要
awaken
有
your
一个
wisdom. A
开
lot
发
of
智慧的这样的机会。
younger friends, they hope that
人
they
呢，
can awaken
他
their
如果
wisdom. And
就是这样，我是发现就是
you know, I
每个
noticed
人都有
that
智慧，
everybody
可是
actually
呢
has
这个
wisdom,
智慧
but
是有一个阀门的，
it's almost like there's
在
a
某种
valve.
机缘下被开启了这个智慧的
In
阀门。
some
人一下就
instances,
变
some
智慧变聪明。
opportunities, once this
他
valve
没有
is
开启这个智慧
turned
阀门
and
的时候
open,
啊，人总
then
感觉自己笨
they're
笨的。
like awakening their
希望
wisdom. And before that,
那
they
种
always
还
feel
没
that
开
they're
智
not
慧的
very
小朋
silly,
友哈，
not very
能开
wise.
发这个智
So
慧。
those younger people, if your wisdom hasn't been awakened, I
接下来
hope
会
you
有一个
will
开发智慧的
awake
机会，
your wisdom
就
in
是
the
在8
future.
月2号，
Well, very
我们
soon
连
we're
续
going
的
to have
7
an
天是吧？
opportunity for everyone to
7 天
awaken
每
your
天2
wisdom
个多小时，
from August the
一个念佛
2nd.
班，
For 7
希望
days,
你能参加，
2
能够
hours
开
a
发
day,
智慧，
we have
对
a
对开发智
chanting
慧一
class,
定是
especially
最有好的。
exceptionally beneficial
其次呢，
for
就是对
awakening
健康
wisdom.
一定有帮
And
助的。
secondly, will be very beneficial for our
念
health.
佛班，在8月2
So,
号。
starting from August the 2nd, this
那
chanting
这
class,
个
6-syllable mantra
我从
Bodhisattva class,
1991
personally
年
guided by Grandmaster
开始传
JinBodhi.
法。
Master said, from
那我们8月的
1991,
一
I
个纪念
started
日
to
哈，
deliver teachings.
加拿大、美国
We
一些地方
have,
政府也给我们推荐了有一
you
个，
know, an
也是我们
anniversary
也
day in
之前有联
Canada.
络申请过， 后来很多个城市
Many cities
都批准我
in the
们
world has
在8
approved
月3日
on August the 3rd
称为庆祝菩提日，
will be
哎
Bodhi Day
对，
to
那今年也
celebrate
是。所以我做一个倡
Bodhi
导啊，
meditation. And
在菩提日纪念的时候，
I have a suggestion.
有一个非常民俗的方法，
When we're celebrating Bodhi Day, we can have, you know, like a
这个面条是
custom.
长的，对不
I
对？
would
所以叫
propose
长
that
寿
we
面
all
是
have noodles.
到那一
Noodles
天
are
呢
very long,
菩提同修，
symbolizing
网友们
longevity.
吃面条。
And so on that day,
那面条
Bodhi
的吃
Day,
法呢，
all
任你自己
Bodhi
决定。
community, I mean Bodhi disciples and students, you can take noodles. You can cook it in many different ways, either cold noodle or you know, or soup noodle, whatever. And there's a very good way to eat noodles. It's a bodhisattva way of eating noodles. I cook the noodle, I offer to others. So you cook the noodle, but you offer them to your friends and family and offer to them. So this is a bodhisattva way of eating noodles. Whether you have noodles to eat, it depends on whether you have good relationship with others, whether other people will offer you. Well, but on the condition that they don't have any epidemic disease. Usually, well, in the pandemic, I would suggest you only offer to your family. After the pandemic, we can offer to others. Like we cook it ourselves. In Vancouver, they have prepared many different kinds of noodles. Jiezhen, what kind of noodle are you going to prepare? It's what we call the cold noodle. It's like the Korean noodles, Korean style noodles. And some people who are, you know, grown up in the Western world, they cook spaghetti and then they use those pasta sauce, and that's very delicious too. And also stir-fry noodles or 炒面. I'm actually very good at eating noodles and also very good at making noodles. I actually made some noodles, and Joy said that was very delicious. So Bodhi Day, we will cook noodles, and it's a longevity noodle. So all of you who learn from me, you all become like, okay, let's let's try to live until 108 years and received. And so the longer, the better. Don't just buy those dry noodles. It's a set length. I hope to buy those noodles that are, you see, they have freshly made, very long. Or they could handmade it, and you can make as long as you wish. Well, we welcome our online friends. If you make some noodles, you can post it. And you can express your gratitude, and you can celebrate our Bodhi Day in this way, and we celebrate each other. Well, if you post it and you offer it to everyone online, everybody can see the picture and already, visualize it, the noodle. And we hope to see. So Bodhi Day, it would be longevity noodle. If you want to live longer, then take the longevity noodle on Bodhi Day. So when is Bodhi Day? It's August the 3rd. Should we start from Bodhi? Should we start on Bodhi Day, August the 3rd? You could take noodle from August the 3rd all the way till end of August. So during this time, it's already the hottest time in summer. You usually sweat a lot because it's very hot. It consumes a lot of your energy. So I also suggest that you take some food that can nourish your chi. Korean people, if they are not vegetarians, they usually will have ginseng chicken soup. So it's ginseng chicken soup. Those vegetarians, you can put some sticky rice and dates and chestnuts and gochi. Those are all very good for nourishing chi. Maybe these days I will suggest some kind of food that will help you to nourish your chi, even though they are they're like vegetarian food. But some of them have a lot of hot energy. Well, these jackfruit, or what they call durian, is actually like fire. They have a lot of fire energy. And some ginseng also has a lot of fire energy. Even though, if you want to take those very expensive, like ginseng, you probably need to consult with your doctor. But if you are only taking sticky rice food, or maybe yam, or maybe just add some pepper to your noodles, you don't need to consult with your doctor. And eggs in between, they're vegetarian, but they're not vegan. That can be considered as vegetarian too. And so at this time of the year, in the summer, very hot days, take some food that will help to nourish our chi. Don't take too much. It actually really helps our health. If you think of some good food, then also you can send it to me. Some food that don't have any side effects but help. And longan, is actually has a lot of hot energy.
刚才说人参，西洋参也是人参，小
And
姐。
also, yeah, no, not ginseng, but what's
这你们
that?
平时怎么做饭的呀？
The
大参
American
泡在干
ginseng,
嘛了？
we call
山药，山药补气吗？
山药,
山药也补
which
气啊。
is
对呀，他们给我好几根，我给扔了。
oh,
这一拽还有时候放坏。
Chinese yam. Some people call it Chinese
山药
yam.
胡萝卜补气吗？
胡萝卜不知道补啥，听说都是补什么 VC 的哈。
Or
胡萝卜。
what about carrot? They say it helps with
苋菜是不
VA.
是红
vitamin
红色的那个杆儿？
What is that?
你也不知道。
Oh, you don't know that.
补气啊。
南瓜。
Oh,
哎呀，我爱吃
pumpkin.
南瓜。
Oh, I like
凡与
pumpkin.
傻相关的东西我都爱吃。
Anything
南
that's
瓜土豆
silly,
红
I
薯
like.
哈
You know,
这少不拉几的食物，
pumpkin
还挺养人
and
的。
potatoes and yam. They seem like silly food, but I always like them, and it helps to cultivate qi. Actually, those very small, it's not pumpkin.
哎，所以我们在温哥华的时候就是买，他们叫日本南瓜，
We
不知道
call
是不是
like
日本出的啊
Japanese, they
就是
call
个
it
子比较
Japanese
小的
pumpkin. They're very
对长
small.
得挺
They're actually
斑
very
驳的那种
sweet.
小南瓜，那个就很香。
Those are very, very good and delicious.
还有
Not the big ones, you know.
枸杞子啊，
And also 枸
红
杞
枣，
and dates,
红枣。
red dates.
如果你吃葱的话，葱哎是不是也是有点补气啊？
葱提气。
What about
葱提气
green onion?
提气和补气不是一
Does
回事儿
that
是吧？
help to increase qi?
那什么东
Oh.
西泄气啊？
What will discharge
气还是
or
有研究。
release qi? It said turnips. Turnips will
那个
release
桑葚有
qi.
什么作用啊？
What about
补气血，连气和血都补。
mulberry? It actually helps
就是说在
not
这个
only
这
nourish
个
our
山
qi
伏天
but
最热的
also
时候
nourish our
就
blood.
提醒大家
So
适
in
当
these
地
very
吃一
hot
点补
days,
气的
I
这些
like to
食物有
remind
好
you
处。
take some
但
of
是
the
如果你的
food
体
that
质比较
nourish your
奇特
qi.
和敏
But
感的
if
话，还是
your
咨询一下医生为好。就是以
you know
安
your
全为
physical
重
condition
啊
is
我只是
very
一个
sensitive or
善意的
very
提醒。
unique, then you'd better
人反而
consult
会
with your
发虚。
doctor, because
但
if
是
you
人
sweat
会
too
习
much,
惯性
you
地
would
天这么热，吃冰
lose
淇淋
qi,
吃
and
西瓜是吧？
usually
这些都是
you
泄气的。
feel
吧？
it's so
就把你
hot,
能
so
量给
you
泄
want
了。
watermelon,
出汗
but
本身就泄
watermelon
气，
help
在吃这么
actually
冰寒的
release
食
a
物的
lot
时候，
of
所以
qi
不会
because
吃的
they
人就
have a
把
lot of
身体
cold
哈
energy.
给
Those
吃
people who
亏了，
don't know how
吃
to
亏走
take
到了。
those
就容易得一些
cold
湿
food
寒的
like
病症。
watermelon. It actually, if
之
they
后
don't know how
热
to
痛、那
take
痒，
it
尤其是
properly,
骨
they
头痛，
might hurt
就是
their
脚趾头
health,
痛、腰痛，
and they might
到
have
头痛，
finger
还有就是
pain,
手
toe
臂和
pain,
小腿
and
容易转
even
筋，也是吃
you
冰
know
寒的食物给你泄了气造
spasm
成
on
的。
their arms or
所以这个吃东
or
西的
legs.
其实是一个很有
It's
学
all
问的
because
事
you
情。
take too much cold
所以在
food.
这个
So
时候就提醒大家
taking food, actually, there's a
还
lot
现在
lot
豆
of
子、
knowledge
黄豆、
and
黑豆。
lot
黄
of
豆、黑豆啊，
important points to
黄
learn.
豆、黑豆是补啥
And
的？
oh, they thought about soybean and the black
嘴真张嘴
beans.
就来哈。
It helps with
很多
what
你
kind
们
of
这些
qi
治疗
does
医
it
生都是把
help?
人给害了。
Does it nourish the qi of the
觉得
kidney?
黑就是
You're
补
actually
吗？
just guessing. You think, oh, it's black, so it helps.
那这样黑人都不用吃东西就补了，是吧？
Well, does it mean that if your skin is black, then you don't need any
吃
food
啥
to
都行吧。
nourish your
我先
qi?
提醒，就是这个时
But
候补
anyways,
身体啊，但是不可以补
we could
重
think
的，
about
补
more,
重的
but
这些
at
容易出
least
现
I'll
燥。
remind you,
当补到
like
什么程度
during
呢？
this time,
你
it's
睡
a
觉
good
的时候，你
time
的
to
手
nourish
心
our
很
qi.
热，热到你不想睡觉，
If
你的手心有点燥
your
热感，
palm
这就叫过头了
feels
啊。
hot
所以反而会
and
之后
you know, it's very uncomfortably
就是
hot
过头
and you cannot
是
even
不合
sleep,
理。
then it's
那
probably
所以
you
的话
had too
就
much,
是
so
夏天
it's
还是冬
unreasonably
天补
nourished.
吃
And
补的
so
食物，要
in
适可
the
而止。
summer and
就不要
in
说
the
什么东西
winter,
就补啊，
if you
咱们又不
want
差
to take
钱，
some
我买
food that is
那是错
nourishing,
的。你无论多有
don't
钱，你的身
take
体
it
不一定承受得
excessively.
了。但是
A lot
通
of
常
time,
没有
don't
副
go
作
to
用
the
补的，像
extremes.
吃萝卜、
Sometimes it will
吃
have
土豆、
side
吃南
effects.
瓜，
if you have
可以撑
just
死你，但不会补死你，对不对？
but
它
those
是这个是
food
没有什么
like
副作用的。
potatoes or pumpkins or they don't really harm you.
觉着你是吃南瓜补还是吃红薯补啊？
我更爱吃红薯。
吃红薯啊。
Oh, do you like pumpkin or yam? Oh, she said, I like purple yams. I like red yams. Oh, that's why you have a good figure.
吃那个薯
Yeah.
你吃甜薯吗？
Do you like oh
吃甜的
the
红薯
rats? Well, they just pronounce the same as
甜
the
的
yam.
红薯。
I don't mean the rats. I mean
你以为是
those
甜的老鼠
sweet
啊
yam. In Chinese, they pronounce exactly the same.
那你靠近你们家那个地，然后就掏那么多洞，都像人掏的。
Well, on the ground you see a lot of holes. It's like digged by humans, but it's actually not, probably by rats. Anyways, next time our live feed, what date is today?
7月29号了。
Oh,
这么快
July the 29th already?
那亚洲就是30号了。
And in Asia, it's already July the
那我们
30th.
的
So
8月1号，
August the 1st,
8月1号星期六
Saturday,
啊，我们在同一时间
at the same time,
直播啊。
we'll have live feed
下次的
again.
这个直播的活动会
So
比较有意
next
思。
time the live
啊
feed
让
will
大家
be
更有兴趣的
interesting.
是，
What
除了
will
吃之外的内容，
um,
还有很多
what
我
will
们
be
花了很多钱买
interesting
的奖品啊
is
这
not
就是花
only
钱
the
出
good
去买的
food, but also a
很多
lot
产
of
品
prize.
特
We
别
did
好
go out and buy a
我
lot
们
of
遇上一个
prizes.
不识数的人去买的，他不认识数
We
字
actually
说
sent
昨天
somebody
报
who
价
don't
花这么
know
多钱呢买奖品
about
啊
numbers, and so when he came back, we found, oh, he spent so much. So those who really like expensive prices come to our August the 1st live feed,
好了
okay?
那祝大家
I
啊
wish
如意吉
everyone
祥
auspiciousness,
幸福
wish
快乐
fulfilling,
我们
and
8月1号
happiness.
周六再见，
I'll
谢谢。
see you Saturday, August the 1st. Thank you very much.
情的意义，因为有了你，日子犹如彩虹般，彩虹般美丽。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了，我快乐了，我美丽了，我幸福了，我美丽了。
在茫茫人海之中，让我与您相遇。小小的红点里，人生就此欢喜。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与你相遇。小小的红点里，人生变得神奇。我智慧了，我宽容了，我慈悲了，我自在了。因为有了你，生命变得更坚定，不忧忧无虑。因为有了你，日子不再有苦